Hi, it's Jenna. So this is my video blog for week 12, Painters Painting. And the question I'm going to answer is, this introduction explains American painting's issues with subject matter. Translate this into Essex You Speak and use examples from the intro. So the way that I interpreted this introduction is that American art is all about like having meaning and culture and significance, and like everything needs to have an attachment to it. But that's not necessarily true because not everything has a total purpose, and in the art community, Americans almost just ignore reality. One example in the introduction to support this is when it talks about how we have no idea who we are, that we're always painting self portraits about how we want to be perceived. And it's interesting that so many people like paint portraits of themselves when they really have no idea who they are or what they represent in their life. It kind of reminds me of like social media in today's world, because back then when artists would um, make portraits of themselves, they probably they did show like how they wanted to be perceived, and I feel like that's what everyone does on like social media, like on Instagram or Facebook. You show like your perfectly filtered lifestyle, so how are people going to know the real you? So yeah, I think that in American art we just kind of ignore the realities. I also think that maybe we just don't showcase enough art compared to other places. I've said this in multiple blogs before. Growing up, I was just introduced to art like twice a week for 30 minutes. So I just feel like if I would have had more of that, like in my life, and probably Americans all over. I don't know if maybe I just went to a bad school or if other students have had this problem of not being really introduced to the art community. But if I had, and if others were more introduced to art at a younger age, they'd be more creative and with their own ideas. A survey from one of my sources listed in my blog states, the American public engages in the arts in many ways as attendee, arts makers, art purchasers, and decorators, and art advocates. We consume and share art through technology and are just as likely to experience the arts outside of traditional arts venues than inside. And this means that, like, yeah, we are engaging, but how much? I've never been to an outdoor art venue. That sounds like a perfect summer afternoon downtown Chicago after this virus. And I do think that art being more involved with children would carry on throughout their lives and like encourage creativity. I think another problem that people have with American art is that it lacks originality. Everything's so influenced by the Europeans, and I think that America is so like infatuated with itself that just out of ignorance sometimes we copy others without knowing it, thinking we're the best when it's already been done. We've coined the term Americanization, meaning from a source. Americanization is the influence American culture and business has on other countries outside the United States, including their media, cuisine, business practices, popular culture, technology, or political techniques. I feel like we think that everyone's so intrigued with us, when in reality it's like us being intrigued by them. Um, this almost really makes me relate to fashion, and how like all the classic designers and brands always make an appearance in Europe first, and then it travels to America, and America acts like it's brand new. Like I don't know, it just reminded me of a story when I was talking with my friend. She went on a trip to Greece with her family and brought so many like cute clothes back, like the joggers that the girls wear. Um, and then the next summer when she was home, so many people were wearing the joggers in America, and she's like, I had them first. Nobody had them when I first had them. So that's how I related it back to fashion, that even though Europe is ahead of our time, America kind of coins everything. But yeah, I believe that American art shows what we want to be portrayed, and it's not always reality. So that's all for this video blog. I attach my sources in my real blog. Thanks. Bye.